Rise and shine, everyone. Jason Hackett, Alicia Lewis here with you on this Tuesday. A much quieter start to this Tuesday than what we saw yesterday. Yesterday got a little wild in some places.
A downpour of rain. It got really dark last night.
People
early.
without power.
Yeah, people still without power this morning. Not as many as yesterday, John, but things are slowly getting better. The cleanup will begin today for some.
Yeah, especially those storms in southern Minnesota, that one towards Faribault, Mankato. That's where that storm really developed, and then it moved over towards Red Wing, and then, of course, in Wisconsin. And I was posting videos. This guy, storm chaser I follow on my Facebook page, I posted this. He got caught in the tornado out in Eau Claire, and yeah, it was definitely busy as this turned into more of a QLCS, we call it, or a squall line, as most people know it at home. Now it's quiet. It's chilly out here. It's windy, too. We got winds at 25 miles per hour. 14 degrees colder right now, 27 degrees colder in Thief River Falls. In fact, it's in the 20s up there. Duluth is at 34 right now. We're at 44. We're going to fall probably into the upper 30s, and there it is. You heard me alluding to that snow in northern Minnesota. It's not going to do anything, but it's more comical snow, if anything. So we'll talk about some beautiful weather, and we'll recap yesterday's storms and what happened. Cece?
All right, starting out the 6 o'clock hour with a crash. This is the Lauderdale area. Good morning if you're waking up there. You see this crash here on 35W southbound right at the entrance ramp from Stenson Boulevard. There's fewer officers there than when I was checking about 5 minutes ago, but still a police presence there, so still active, but you can still take this ramp and get where you need to go. That's not an issue right now, but just keep that in mind. Taking a look here at the bigger map, that's really the only crash that I've seen all morning at 6:02. Things pretty quiet, not seeing a lot of slowing or other crashes. 94 westbound in St. Michael, Monticello area, though, they're going to see some construction work right after dinner tonight. And then also Highway 62 is going to close down tonight. So I'm going to tell you the detours for that over the next hour.
All right, Cece, thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Our top story here at 6 a.m. We are following a line of destruction right now stretching across the state and south of the metro following severe storms over the last 15 hours. Take a look at your screen right now. This is what's left of a barn that was destroyed by high-speed winds in rural Rice County.
Yeah, a lot of cleanup for those folks there. That is where we find our Audrey Russo live in Faribault, where debris is scattered, Audrey, at least half a mile.
Yeah, Alicia, Jason, I'm right outside of Faribault in Rice County, where we've actually seen the owner of this property out on an ATV in the last 10 minutes, kind of surveying the damage. You can see in the light of day now just what this storm did to this family's property, that line of downed trees leading all the way up to a pile of debris that was once a structure, once a shed. We spoke to this family. They tell us that they were sitting down. It was around dinner time when the storm came through. It flung debris a half mile across several fields. It uprooted their trees. It also leveled their barn in the back of their property and that shed that I mentioned. Take a listen to what they had to say.
It was basically pitch black on my side, and all of a sudden in the shadows you could just see a funnel and just see it coming down, and I was like, oh no.
Now, I did just hear back from the Faribault police chief in the last half hour. He did confirm to me that there was no reports of damage inside the city limits. Again, we are on the outside of Faribault in Rice County. I also reached out to the Rice County Sheriff for more information just on the number of property damage reports that they've gotten, whether there have been any more in the overnight hours, just to give us a clearer picture of exactly what this storm did to Rice County. They did confirm to us last night, though, that they have no reports of any injuries. Back to you.
Well, that is certainly good news. Audrey Russo reporting live this morning. Thank you so much. This morning, we've been looking through all of your pictures from around the region. We really appreciate you sending in all these pictures and videos here. So take a look at this hail in Owatonna. Tons of quarter-sized pieces falling out there. And then this picture was sent to us from Tom and Angie in Clearwater. This is just south of St. Cloud, closer to ping pong size or even larger out there. And then across the border in Wisconsin, we're getting pictures of trees down. This one's sent to us from Jeff Holth from North Hudson. You can see two large trees completely uprooted in his backyard. A lot of folks are going to be cleaning up today. So especially on days like yesterday, it's good to have the KARE 11 Plus app handy. There you can find streaming forecasts and the latest from our weather team, along with all of your news. You can download for your TV and watch for free. Well, developing overnight, the Trump administration indicating it's reached a deal with automakers to ease tariffs.
Yeah, the president is set to announce those details here in a matter of hours. Michelle Beck is at the live desk with what we know at this hour. Hey, Michelle.
Hey, good morning. I've been checking Truth Social all morning long, and the president hasn't said anything officially about those auto tariffs just yet, only writing an unfounded statement overnight that he has stemmed the tide when it comes to international trade. We expect President Trump to formally announce this tonight in Michigan, that he will prevent duties on foreign cars from stacking on top of other tariffs. So far, his Commerce Secretary has said to CNN, quote, "This deal is a major victory for the president's trade policy by rewarding companies who manufacture domestically." Right now, there's a 25% tariff on almost all imported cars. The same amount of tariffs is also on steel and aluminum, which are two metals heavily used in cars.
We're going to make a lot of money, and we're going to cut taxes for the people of this country.
It's been 100 days of hell for American families.
Hey, so look here, as the president wakes up to his 100th day in office, he is denouncing what new polls have said about him. Here's one poll by NBC News. It shows 45% of those surveyed approve of Trump's job performance. Now, looking more in depth, we have this 61% here. It shows these amount of people disapprove of how he is handling trade and tariffs. Alicia.
All right, Michelle Beck, thanks for the breakdown of that. Appreciate it. Well, big story is unfolding overnight in Canada. Mark Carney with the Liberal Party will remain as prime minister after a close election. He posted on X here in the last 3 hours declaring victory. Now, despite the win, it's unclear if Carney's party will win the 172 seats needed for an outright majority in Parliament. Officials say the full results should be released later this morning. In his victory speech, Carney told his supporters he's ready to stand up to President Trump's tariffs and defend Canada at all costs. This victory marks the Liberal Party's 4th term in office.
Well, back here at home, another election. In less than 60 minutes, the polls will open in District 6 for a special Senate election. Voters will decide between the two candidates you see right here on your screen, Republican Kerry Heintzman and Democrat Denise Slipey. The two candidates only had a few weeks to campaign after that seat was left vacant by Justin Eichhorn. Eichhorn resigned last month after being arrested in a prostitution sting in Bloomington. Federal prosecutors charged him with attempting to solicit a minor for sex. Eichhorn pleaded not guilty last week. His trial is being pushed back to give his lawyers more time to review evidence. He is currently staying at a halfway house in Duluth until then.